Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera here, co-founder here at NBC Trading Academy with today's pre-market forecast for the Memorial Day weekend beginning here on May the 22nd. We go to our news report for the day. Let's see what we got here. We have nothing on the docket for today except for the fact that it is Memorial Day Monday, so the markets are closed. So it's a day for us to rest. But the market has continued to perform exactly how we've been expecting, a little chop between high consolidation areas, although it still has a little strength to the upside, but it's hit a really, really strong head of, of resistance, and that was an anticipated one, and we can look at it right here. And here we are. Here's the big wall. Here's big wall. We're over the 80 SMA, which is the purple one here. This is the 80 SMA. We're over that. We've been closing above it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions. In other words, for the last since Monday. Yesterday we had a big down day. We had an up, a down, an up, a down, and hopefully today it's an up. We'll continue with that pattern here. Up, a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and we'll see what happens today. Again, we might get our pre-market, our Memorial Day rally. Support and resistance right now are shifted from the 20 SMA to the 80 SMA. Now from the 80 SMA to support to the 200 SMA as resistance. That's the key there, guys. That's the key to this market, particularly to the overall sentiment of Wall Street. If we can break above the 200, hold the 200, and then potentially rally off at a support. A couple of bars above that, and I think we're going to be okay, at least in the short term. Midterm to long term, it all depends on what happens with coronavirus, what's happening in reference to the states opening up. You can see the market's been a little bit tight here in reference to real huge commitments and risk, for the simple reason that now 50 states have opened to one degree and another, and the market's just sitting back, seeing what happens. What's going to happen next? Are we going to have another round of uptick in cases? Are we going to start diminishing them? What exactly is going to happen? What's going to happen as businesses start reopen? What's going to happen as people start to take their jobs back? What's going to happen? So there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. That's why you see these types of mixed days. We'll take some profit, we'll buy it, we'll ride it. The next day we'll take some profit, and that's what you're seeing right here. Now, volume might be a little light today because a lot of people obviously are trying to make sure that they take a 4-day weekend. The ones that are working, particularly on Wall Street. All right, so just keep an eye open for that. Let's look at our longer time for another long time frame here. Again, market yesterday was pretty much sideways the whole day. You can see the support and resistance area. We came and retested this area down here on the low side, but basically we're just here above this particular resistance level here. We broke above it. We're kind of dancing around it. That's where we find ourselves right now. Nothing really to write home about. Just be very careful in these types of markets, particularly when the ranges are very, very tight. Reference to our trades, what are we looking for today? Well, here's where we are. We're started with a pretty much mixed inside day. We began from way up here. Market just got into this range right at about 10:30 in the morning, 10:45 in the morning, and it pretty much stayed within that range between this top here and the intraday low, which eventually became intraday low. But it pretty much just consolidated between these two areas. Then eventually in the pre-market, it attempts to touch it again. This time it did not hold with a double bottom. It did not hold. Bottom broke through. And then here we go. We found the bottom. We have a FOBO here. Market is clawing its way back up here above and into this channel once again. So if the market decides to remain within this range again, then you can expect pretty much the same kind of activity. So trades to either side, as long as you have a good support and a good place to put your stop, are feasible. But don't force this market. This is a pre-holiday market, not the kind of market that you're going to have a lot of depth potentially. So you don't want to get stuck with a position that's just going to move laterally all day. So have a great trading session, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.